Welcome to the Geek Easy, fellow geeks. Let's open a beverage of your choice. Because today I am doing a movie review. I thought about going to see this movie last night, and I wanted to go with a friend, but it got too late for him to go. I didn't think about it until later in the day. So we decided to go today. And that movie is Obsession. The only person's name I remember in there is Indy Navarrete. Navarrete? I think she pronounces her name. I hadn't heard much about the movie. I just saw one preview and it sounded like it could be really good. But let's just get the setup for the movie first. You have a really kind of timid, might be the right word. Mild-mannered is not saying enough about this guy. There's a group of friends. There's two guys, two girls. Bear, his male friend, Nikki, and another girl. They all work at a music store. And Bear and Ian are really good friends. And Nikki is this really cool, smoking hot chick that he has a crush on. Then there's this other girl, I can't remember the character's name, who is really kind of hot, but he's not really interested in her, even though it turns out she's interested in him. But he doesn't have the balls to say anything to her. I mean, who hasn't been in that situation? You have this either a friend or a chick that you know that is just miles out of your league, and you want to say something, but you can't but he's wanting to do it. He's wanting to say something, and he finds out his friend loses this girl loses this necklace, so he stops into a little trinket store to buy this crystal necklace that she had lost down the drain, and instead finds this little thing. I don't know if you've ever seen those candy bars that come in a little triangle box. It looks like that. It's just, a wish. It's a wish thing. It gives you one wish. And he takes it home, and he had just lost his cat. Cat died, and so he doesn't want to go out on the group trivia thing, but they talked him into it, and he makes this wish, saying, "I wish Nikki would love me more than anyone else in the world." Now, you know how that is going to go. And the obsession in this movie is really kind of weird because you're beginning to think, at the very beginning, that he is the one that is obsessed with her, and in a sense he kind of is. But the wish gets her to be obsessed with him and love him more than anyone else in the world, which goes off in just these demented, disturbing directions. And the overall message of the movie is, one, be careful what you wish for. And two, just kind of nut up, or at least that's what I took out of it. Uh, and there is also a thing of overriding somebody's free will, because once that wish takes place, that's not her anymore. It's and they actually make that point in the movie because there's times where it starts out really kind of slow, and she's like coming on to him, and then there's like, oh, whoa, wait. It's like she's seeing things, and then it's back to pulling back, like, hey, what's going on? And then back to this growing obsession that she has. So it does show that it's not really her. And at one point, the real her slips through and says, it's not me, this is somebody else. And so, it gets to be, there's so many uncomfortable situations where they really play into this, because at first it's she's hey, cool, let's I really do like you, I love you, and all that. And he knows what he did, and he's like, hey, maybe it is just maybe she really does love me, maybe she is. And he doesn't want to acknowledge that maybe, hey, maybe this thing works. But it becomes more and more obvious that there's something wrong. The other friends are like, the fuck, you're taking advantage of this girl, there's something wrong with her. You're catching them. They're saying, hey, we think that you're taking advantage of her for her saying that her father died, and then you find out other things. And so there's this really uncomfortable situation that he finds himself in, that he wants to keep going, but he's like, yeah, this may or may not, this isn't her. And she is just going absolutely ape shit, going from really kind of normal to psycho possessive. I don't want to say nut job because that doesn't cover it. And him trying to come to terms with that and figure out how to try and get out of it. The acting in this movie is just incredible. Whoever cast this did a great job, especially with Indy Navarrete. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing her name correctly. She deserves some sort of an award for this, because she was just going from this type of chick that most guys would just love to be around because she's smoking hot, and just the girl next door, really cool type of person, to whatever. I mean, there's some really, to like just going bonkers, and also just standing there with this smile, like she's just frozen in place. And this isn't really going to give away much, but she like stays in one spot for 8 hours, and then she had waiting for him to come home. She had pissed on herself and done a bunch of other stuff, waiting for him to come back, because she's, I'll be here when you get back. And so you wind up feeling really kind of, scared of her, and feeling sorry for her, because it's not her. And I found myself with Baron, but they call him Bear, just not liking the guy, because I was thinking it's his fault to begin with, and he couldn't nut up and just say, hey, Nikki, I dig you, and accepting the consequences for whatever happens, making that wish, and then not realizing too late what's going on, and then just letting it go, trying to be saying, just trying to talk himself into making excuses for staying with her because. So that was kind of uncomfortable, and just the whole thing. It was such a good movie. There are some pretty intense scenes and a couple real funny scenes where you're kind of laughing your head off when you shouldn't. But I have to tell you, this was a fantastic movie, and I recommend it. Everybody in that movie did a fantastic job acting. It's shot real well. It builds the suspense up to a frantic pace. And you don't know really how it's going to end. And I have to tell you, that ending was interesting, to say the least. And I'm going to have to give this pretty much, I don't want to say perfect, but it was damn close. It was the best movie I've seen so far this year. And if you're a fan of horror movies, if you like this type of stuff, it is one you need to go see. See it in the theater, because that helps with the ambiance with all the other people there, but you can still see it at home if you want. I don't recommend it, but just see it in the theater, because that makes it worth the 8 hours of commercials and previews ahead of times in the movie candy prices. But check it out. You'll like it. Anyway, I'm going to give it a 4.75 out of 5 and say go see it. Anyway, let me know in the comments below whether you saw it or not and what you thought of it. Like, subscribe, possibly share, and most of all, enjoy your horror movies.